Immerse yourself in the profound insights offered by Father Chuck Belmonte as he delves into daily reflections on various gospel passages from the Bible.
May 10th, Friday. God is waiting for you to say yes to Him. A few days ago, we read that God told the priest Ananias to go and heal Paul of Tarsus from his blindness. Go, because this is the instrument I have chosen to bear my name to the Gentiles. And Ananias expressed his fear. Lord, I have heard from many about this man. He is very dangerous, a killer of Christians. God entrusts him with a mission, and the first thing that occurs to him is to put obstacles in God's way, to think that the Lord lacks information, that he has to protect himself for his own good, lest he mess up with Saul, the persecutor of Christians. How clumsy and slow we are when it comes to saying yes. When the Lord asks us to do something, sometimes we feel the weight of so much hostility, of so many attacks on our faith, of so many victims of persecution throughout the world. But if it ever occurs to you, think that the moment of heaviness may be a response like Ananias. Lord, there is nothing I can do about it. You are right. You alone cannot do it. Neither can you and I together, unless the Spirit intervenes. But that initial doubt reminds me of Ananias' response. What if we leave it for another day, Lord? So, doubts away. Like St. Paul with Ananias, God wishes us to learn His will through others. St. Josemaria invites us to look again at the example Christ gives us. He obeys Joseph and Mary. God has come to earth to obey, and to obey creatures. Admittedly, they are two very perfect creatures. Holy Mary, our Mother, greater than whom only God, and that most chaste man Joseph. But they are only creatures, and yet Jesus, who is God, obeyed them. We have to love God so as to love His will and to desire to respond to His calls. They come to us through the duties of our ordinary life, duties of state, profession, work, family, social life, in our own and other people's difficulties, friendship, eagerness to do what is right and just. Our Lord does not disguise the fact that this wholehearted obedience to God's will calls for renunciation and self-sacrifice. Love does not claim rights, it seeks to serve. So you wanted to live a comfortable life, but God wanted otherwise. Two wills exist. Your will should be corrected to become identified with God's will. You must not bend God's will to suit yours. We may find ourselves in situations where it is difficult to obey. Let us remember then the glorious end of Christ's passion. Let us also remember that God our Father is waiting for us to say yes to Him. Obedience should always be cheerful, in simplicity of heart, as St. Paul says, because obedience means responding exactly to what God expects of us, and God only desires our good, always. Illustration: the institution of the Eucharist, fruit of the fifth luminous mystery, adoration. He remains as our sustenance.
I would be delighted to extend an invitation to you once again tomorrow for another insightful reflection on the Gospel by Father Belmonte.